Hey everyone, this is Joe at QuadSpecs, and today we will be going over the stock transmitters for these two drones, as well as available transmitter upgrades. And on a related note, we will also talk about flight controller upgrades. But before we get started, make sure you check out parts 1 through 4, where we discuss some of the other upgrades that are available for these two drones. Alright, so let's dive in. Taking a look at the stock transmitters, we've got the beat-up version of the E010 on the left, and the E011 transmitter on the right in blue. So you'll notice both of these have very similar form factors. They're tiny, so unless you're a kid, they are a pain to work with. And they're not really made for anything like racing or flying fast. So it's definitely recommended to get some kind of an upgrade for each of these remotes. You notice that the sticks are not very long, they're short, so there's not a lot of precision, but there is an available upgrade for like $2.99. You can get some extensions like we have. You notice the one on the left broke off because my 2-year-old son loves to fly or pretend to fly while I'm flying, and that one was broken off during the process. So you can see the difference. You get a little bit of extra precision with the add-on, but in all reality it doesn't really get you too far. So the next option is to use a full-size transmitter. So whether you already have one for planes or other drones, or you need to purchase one, a full-size like this QX7 comes in around $100, and you can use this with the stock flight controllers on both the E010 and the E011. So in order to make this work, all you need is a multi-protocol adapter like this one we have plugged in the back, that essentially just allows you to talk to the stock flight controllers in their own language. So it uses this pulse position modulation to talk to each of those, and there's instructions on how to get to the correct protocol for the two different drones, and it also supports many other models. So if you're interested in that, you can check out our video on how to set this particular multi-protocol module up and get to flying both of those drones with much more ease. The thing we like best about this option is not only do you get to use a full-size transmitter, but you can also fly faster with the stock flight controller, because the stock transmitters are limited in the signal that they send, essentially reducing the speed. So when you make this upgrade, you're able to send a wider range of PPM signals, which allow you to go faster. So the final option we're going to discuss is to purchase an aftermarket flight controller, and we got the B-Core F3 Evo here, and these aftermarket flight controllers come with built-in receivers. So whether your existing equipment is a Taranis transmitter or a Spectrum or FlySky, the B-Core comes in all of those varieties. So you can get a DSM version, a FlySky version, or a FreeSky version, and be able to pair up with the equipment that you have. So what this allows you to do is these upgraded flight controllers can fly in acro mode or angle mode. It gives you a lot more options than you would have with just the original flight controller. So whether you get the B-Core model or one of the other available flight controllers out there, you just have to make sure you pair it up with the right equipment that you already have. But those upgrades are available, and they do make quite a bit of difference. So if you decide to go with the B-Core F3 Evo, make sure you check out our video on setup with Betaflight and the QX7 transmitter, and that should help guide you through the installation process. So if I were to make a recommendation, I'd say get rid of the stock transmitters. They're all but useless, and go for something like a full-size transmitter, whether it's through the multi-protocol module or if you just buy a new flight controller. Both of those options are way better than the stock transmitter. And if you're stuck between the multi-protocol module and buying a new flight controller, it pretty much comes down to whether or not you want acro mode. So if you do and you want to do flips or practice for flying a larger drone, then the upgraded flight controller is your route. But if that's not your goal, then the multi-protocol module is a very good upgrade, and it's a great value because you only spend about $9 and you can get a faster drone that's more than capable of flying around the house and having a good time. Alright everyone, that does it for part 5. I hope it was useful. If so, comment, like, and subscribe below, and be on the lookout for part 6, where we will discuss frame upgrades. Thank you, and we'll see you next time.